Leute, was gesagt? Wie seht, ich bin wieder jetzt zurück für noch die letzten zwei Chapters anzuhören, Chapter 14 und Chapter 15. Wir sind hier bald fertig mit der Geschichte und dann, wenn wir mit diesen Geschichte fertig sind, werde ich wieder nach einem neuen suchen und dann dort wieder euch ein Update geben, wenn ich dann eine neue Geschichte habe für meinen Kanal. Und ja, wir werden gleich starten. Ich werde noch schnell noch auf Englisch sagen und dann können wir dann gleich starten. Yes guys, I'm back here with or left two chapters, chapter 14 and chapter 15. Yes, when we are done with this story, I'm gonna find a new one to do and again I'll give you updates on my channel when I have a new one. Yes, we're gonna start in a few moments. Please stand by. We're gonna start in a few minutes and please enjoy our last two chapters. And I see you then when we're done with these two chapters. See you later.
Chapter 14 1K18-3 It Continue to next part. Add. Vote. Chapter 14 It was dark. A dark void. Too dark to see anything at the moment. Even the brightest flashlight wouldn't have been bright enough to illuminate the place. A dark energy flowed through the dark space. The only sound it made was beats of a living heart. Then, suddenly, a white aura began to glow in the center of the darkness. But it didn't light it up as much as it was still dark around it. A figure formed inside the white void. It was a young Dalmatian. The Dally was floating silently. He had a determined expression painted across his face, his body was stiff and his eyes were closed. You will give in to your inner vampire. Doing something different is bad for your health, the dark void whispered. Upon hearing this, the Dally opened his eyes. My health is completely fine without you messing with me. I'm finally free from you, you're not the boss of me, he responded. The dark voice gave him a cracking laugh. You're so foolish to believe you can escape me. You and I are bonded to be. Which makes you a bigger fool for believing that. You're underestimating me. We are and will never be bonded. Marshall growled. My time is almost up. Do not forget to drink that cup. What cup are you, Dash? Farewell, foolish dog. Was all Marshall heard before everything went black again. Marsh. March. All. Marshall, wake up. Marshall groaned and sat up, his eyes halfway open from his previous nap. As his blurry vision began to clear, he could make out that he was in the lookout. Wait. The lookout? Marshall thought. The lookout. Adventure Bay. We have to. Marshall exclaimed. Whoa, calm down, Marshall. We're all safe now. The town is rebuilt and so is the lookout. Chase replied. Marshall sighed in relief and relaxed. But how? I thought it was destroyed. Well, whatever you did, it fixed it. As Marshall looked up, he saw all the leaders standing in front of him. He gulped nervously, his glittering bright blue eyes were looking into yellow eyes. "Why are you all looking at me like that? Who are you?" Marshall asked. "Hello there. We are the pack leaders of the Vampires of Adventure Bay. I'm Henry, and this is Kate, Tom, Jordan, and Shade," Henry said as he bent down to look into Marshall's eyes. "Hello. I'm Marshall. Nice to meet you and thank you all for your help," Marshall said, smiling. The leaders nodded and smiled back. Ryder, Jake, the pups, Andrew walked over from behind the leaders, smiling sweetly at Marshall. Everest ran over to her crush and nuzzled him gently. "I'm so happy you're okay, Marshall," Everest called out. "Thanks, Everest. How long was I out?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. "For 3 days, but we missed you, silly," Chase replied, laughing a bit. "I missed you too, all of you," Marshall said. "Are you all right, buddy? You still look very exhausted," Tom asked. "Yes, I'm okay. I'm just a bit hungry, that's all," Marshall replied. "You'll also like. Well, we can dash. Wait. Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I have a question," Jake said. "Will Marshall be able to turn back into a normal pup?" he asked. "Well, actually, yes. All he has to do is to drink the royal cup," Jordan replied. This reminded Marshall of something from his weird dream. "My time is almost up, do not forget to drink that cup." No, everyone repeated, surprised. I don't want to be a normal pup again. Andrew and Mark taught me to use my powers and I could use them to help around Adventure Bay. And being a vampire pup is actually pretty cool. It brought all of us closer together," Marshall said happily. Suddenly, all the vampire leaders bent down, their tails standing up. Everyone was confused by this sudden action. "What are you guys doing?" Zuma asked. "We are bowing to Marshall," Kate replied. "Why?" Marshall asked, tilting his head in confusion. "Because you are our king now." "What?" everyone asked, shocked. Marshall's heart skipped a beat and lowered into his stomach. He turned paler once all eyes were on him. What? Why am I the leader?" "It's the blood code. If the heir defeats the vampire king, then he or she will become the next king or queen and stay at the head of the kingdom until they bit their next heir," Tom explained. "But that'll be forever. What are we going to do without Marshall?" Rocky said what was on everyone's minds, except for the leaders. "I'm sorry, but it has to be done." Marshall looked up at Ryder and his friends. Hurt, sadness and a hint of anger was written on their faces. He looked down, unsure of what to do. Then his eyes caught Andrew's and an idea popped up. "But what if the vampire king's son took over, then I wouldn't have to be king," Marshall said. Everyone looked at Henry and Jordan. They looked at each other and turned back to Andrew, Mark and Marshall. "That has never been done before," Jordan said. "Please. I can't leave my family for another. If they can't come with me, I can't," he said and looked up at his smiling friends. "The ones that I love the most are here." He looked at Everest. "Adventure Bay needs us all to protect it." "Well then, what do you say, Andrew?" Tom asked, looking at the brothers. "I'll do it, but in a better way. And Mark, you can also be king." "Oh yes, that would be great," Mark said, laughing. Yes. The Pups and Ryder cheered. Does this mean Marshall gets to stay? Chase asked. Of course. But he has to come to the kingdom for the ceremony. Kate replied. Sounds like you're about to go. Rubble said, whimpering. Henry walked over to him and patted his head. Don't worry, little pal, we'll meet again at the ceremony. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you all for your help. Kate waved. Goodbye. The Pups and Ryder waved sadly as they all disappeared. I guess that means we have to go too. Andrew said sadly, mentioning for his brother to follow him. We will miss you too greatly. Everest whimpered. Yeah, dude, we're gonna miss your clueless mind. Zuma said, following Everest's action. And how you always make everything interesting. Next was Rocky, followed by Rubble and Chase. Once the group hug broke, the two vampire brothers shed a little tear. We'll miss you guys too. Marshall stepped up and embraced both pups into a tight hug. I'll miss you too, my brothers. Please don't go. Marshall said, crying a bit. They hugged even tighter. We'll miss you too, brother. Promise you'll come visit us someday so we can go hunting together. You can bring your friends, said Mark. I promise. I intend to keep it. Marshall said, tears running down his pale cheek. They pulled apart and smiled at each other. Marshall stepped back, waving at them with a smile. They both smiled back and waved before disappearing with the others. Chase ran to Marshall's side and hugged him. The group sat in silence in front of the lookout, not knowing what to do. Well. Ryder trailed off. Anybody up for a victory party? The Pups and Jake smirked at each other happily. Music and flashing lights bursted through City Hall. The music filled the air as all the citizens danced along. Ryder and Katie were talking, watching the Pups. I'm so glad that this is all over. Katie said. Yeah, me too. After all this, the Pups really deserve a break. I think it's best for them and for me. Ryder replied, looking over at his girlfriend. Of course. The Pups really need rest after this, and as the Pups leader you should too. And Katie rambled on. Ryder took a sip from his juice. He soon kissed her on the lips, stopping Katie from talking. She wasn't surprised and laughed. 1. I was rambling, wasn't I? She asked before drinking. Yeah, but it's fine. You're just worrying about me. But me and the Pups will be fine. I promise. Don't worry. Ryder answered, smiling. After a few minutes of talking, they joined the others dancing and singing. They sure had a great time. Chapter 15, Finale. It was a beautiful sunny day in Adventure Bay. The whole town as well as the PAW patrol team had a month worth of celebrating the end of the vampire war that was taking place. But today is going to be a great and honorable day. Today, the Pups are invited to the Vampire Kingdom for the coronation ceremony where Andrew and Mark are going to be crowned as the new kings. Right now, the Pups and Ryder are at Katie's pet parlor, taking a bath and being prepared for the ceremony. Thanks for helping the Pups get ready. They are surely looking forward to seeing Andrew and the others again, said Ryder, looking over at Katie brushing Chase's head. No problem, Ryder. I'm always happy to help you out. Katie replied. Oh, that's the spot, said Chase, making the others laugh. All the pups, except for one, were enjoying their baths. Seems like Rocky still hasn't got over his fear of water, giggled Rubble, looking over at the mixed breed. 2. Rocky was standing on the sides of the bathtub with his 4 paws, trying to avoid the water with Callie bouncing on top of his back, trying to get him into the bathtub. Finally, he gave in, closing his eyes and jumping into the water. Oh no! Wet, 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 he exclaimed. The others laughed. Shortly after, they were back at the lookout. All the pups were ready to go. All right, pups, I want you to stay put. Henry might be picking us up at any minute. Ryder said. The pups nodded in agreement. That's when Ryder's pup pad rang. Answering it, he saw Henry on the screen. Hello, Henry. Ryder greeted. Hello, Ryder. Henry greeted back. Right now I'm on my way to pick you up for the ceremony. I should arrive in about 10 minutes. Just wanted to let you know, he said. Okay. Thanks for letting us know. The pups are really looking forward to see you. Meet you at the lookout. Ryder said, smiling. Okay. Bye. See you. Henry answered, and with that, the call ended. Ryder turned to the pups. You heard it, pups. He will arrive at the lookout soon. When we come to the Vampire Kingdom, please be respectful and polite to everyone there. Understood? You can count on us, Ryder, sir, said Chase, with his chest protruding. I can't wait for it, guys. I've never been to a coronation before. Rubble exclaimed happily. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see Andrew and Mark again. I hope they'll be better kings. Marshall added. Can't there only be one king? Rocky asked. Andrew said he would make his brother a king too. I bet the others are okay with that. Marshall answered. Of course they are, Marshall. Why wouldn't they? Just in this moment, they saw a big, bright blue dog with wings flying past the lookout. Ryder opened the sliding door and went out on the balcony. Upon seeing them, he quickly flew under the railing, so that the team could jump on his back. Ryder and the PAW Patrol quickly did so. Hello, Henry. How are you and the others doing? Ryder asked politely as Henry took off. Pretty good. We were just being busy with the final preparations for the ceremony. Me and the others are really glad that you can come. Henry said. Well, we have to come, said Zuma, laughing. Oh yeah, right. Henry snickered. After about 20 minutes, they reached a large, bright blue portal that led to the Vampire Kingdom near Jake's Mountain. I have a question. Is the Vampire Kingdom only accessible through portals? Asked Chase curiously. Yes, it is. The reason is because our kingdom is not on this planet. It's a completely other world. Henry replied. They flew through the portal and were greeted by a beautiful landscape. The portal closed behind them. Here we are. Welcome to the Vampire Kingdom. Henry said. Whoa! The pup's jaws dropped in awe and amazement. Amazing, isn't it? Henry said, smirking. I never imagined it to be that beautiful. This really looks amazing. This place looks pretty. Sky said. They were standing in the middle of the capital city of this large kingdom. There were shops, a city hall, and much more. Hey, what's that? Rubble asked, pointing at a large golden building in the center of the city. That, my friends, is the royal palace, the main residence of the king or queen. That's where the ceremony will take place. After the ceremony, there will be a big celebration with a big buffet. Henry said. Oh. Better keep Rubble away from it, or the buffet might be empty in a matter of 5 seconds. Zuma laughed as he saw Rubble drooling a bit at the word buffet, making the others laugh. 1. Oh, come on. I'm not that fast, exclaimed the English bulldog. Come on, let's go inside. The ceremony will begin in a few minutes. Henry shouted, standing in front of the palace doors. They went in and were instantly amazed at how huge it looked on the inside compared to how it looked like from the outside. There was a huge celebration hall with a long table standing in the middle of the room, a big buffet, and, farther in the back, were 2 golden thrones. The room was full of guests. Soon after they entered, they were greeted by Jordan and Shade coming from a room at the left side from where the thrones were. Ah, we meet again, Ryder and the PAW Patrol. Welcome to the Vampire Kingdom. Shade said. Thanks for inviting us here. Ryder said, shaking his paw. When will the ceremony begin? The pups are waiting for it like crazy. You've arrived here in time. The ceremony is about to begin in exactly 5 minutes. Jordan replied. That's great to hear. I can't wait. I admit I'm overly excited, said Marshall excitedly. 1. Shortly after, Andrew and Mark were coming towards the team, accompanied by Kate and Tom. Hello, Ryder. Hello, Pups. Nice to see you here. Tom spoke up. Nice to meet you too. Ryder said. Andrew. Mark. I missed you too, silly, exclaimed Marshall, jumping on Andrew and embracing him in a tight hug. Hello, Marshall. I missed you too. How are you? Andrew asked. I'm doing great. I'm so happy for you too. Marshall said. And you, Mark? How are you? I'm also great, thanks for asking. I just can't believe that I'm going to be king today. He turned to Kate. Thanks for making it possible, Kate. You're welcome, Mark. When Andrew asked for you to be the new king, I thought why not? You two are almost inseparable, replied Kate. And? You looking forward to it? Asked Chase. What a question. Of course we are. Andrew called out. How long will it last? Asked Marshall. It won't take long. Only 15 minutes. It will end with a big feast, with a big buffet with everything on food and drinks you can think of, replied Kate. Look. There's Tom. Rocky called out and the group saw him walking up in front of the 2 thrones. 1. May I get your attention, please? Tom called out. Once all the attention of the room was paid towards him, he began his speech and the ceremony began. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear citizens of the Vampire Kingdom. We all gathered here today for the coronation of our new kings Andrew and Mark. In the first time in the kingdom's history, we will crown 2 kings. They have been inseparable since birth. May we hope that the kingdom will prosper and return to be the glorious kingdom it once was. Let the coronation begin. After his short speech, music blasted through the celebration hall of the royal palace as the designated kings made their way up the thrones. After sitting down, the 2 swore an oath to always be honest to the people and to always protect their kingdom. Following this, Andrew and Mark were now officially crowned the new kings of the Vampire Kingdom. After they were crowned, the PAW Patrol and everyone who was present celebrated the kings and enjoyed themselves during the big, tasty buffet. After about 2 hours, the PAW patrol said their goodbyes and Henry flew them back to the lookout in Adventure Bay. "Don't forget to visit us," Andrew said to Marshall telepathically. "Don't worry. I will someday," Marshall answered. The week after they returned home, they were playing tug-of-war when suddenly, their pup tags went off. "PAW Patrol, to the lookout. Ryder needs us," the pups said simultaneously. But as Marshall followed his friends to the elevator, his legs became entangled in the rope they used to play with. Rolling towards the elevator, he heard Chase yell, "Marshall, look out!" But he couldn't slow down and crashed into them, as always. I think I used my vampire speed. Hee, some things may never change." Marshall laughed, and soon the others joined in as the elevator went up. Their lives went back to normal, going on missions, and Marshall regularly visited Andrew and the others, often bringing the PAW patrol with him. The team was together again. The end.
So Leute, wir sind hier, ich bin wieder hier zurück. Wir haben es endlich geschafft, diese Geschichte fertig zu anhören. Pups, Save Vampire Marshall. Und ja, hoffentlich hat euch diese ganze Geschichte gefallen. Wenn ihr wollt es wieder anhören, es ist dort im Playlist dort alles drinnen. Ihr könnt auch schauen, ich habe die sogar separat gemacht. Ich habe die, wenn ihr auf meine Playlist geht, ihr seht, dass der Lockdown Story ist auch in seiner eigenen Playlist versteckt, und auch diese Geschichte Pups Save Vampire Marshall ist auch in ihren eigenen Playlist auch versorgt. Und wenn ihr wieder diese Geschichte wieder anhören, geht mal dort in die Playlist und schaut von Anfang bis wieder hier zum Ende. Hoffentlich hat euch diese Geschichte Spaß gemacht. Wenn es euch Spaß gemacht hat, dann Like nach oben, abonniert meinen Kanal und aktiviert die Glocke, dass ihr nie eine einzige Pups Horror Story verpasst oder auch andere Sachen. Und ja, ich war heute für Leute der Host, Super Chase Movie, und ich werde für mich heute für heute verabschieden auf Deutsch, und ich werde noch schnell auf Englisch noch was sagen. Yes guys, we are here now, I'm back here. We are now ended the story of the Pups Save Vampire Marshall, and hopefully you will enjoy it. If you enjoy it, then leave a like, subscribe, and click the bell like to never forget any videos or streams with Pups stuff or Pups horror stories. If you want to hear the story again from the beginning to the ending, you can go to the playlist. I separate them to the entire one playlist has the entire story of the lockdown story, and another playlist has this story inside. If you want to watch all my Pups horror stories, go watch them the playlists. I have 3 different, one with the old stories, and the other 2 with the new, with the lockdown and Pups Save Vampire Marshall. If you want to see more of this, then leave a like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. And hopefully you enjoyed this story. If you enjoyed it, yeah, maybe I do another one next time, but I need to search for one. Then yes, what? That's for me. I'm your host, Super Chase Movie, and I see you next time with another story. And I see you next time, and I'm out. Adios.